Welcome to Sima's Kitchen. Today we are going to be making a very special dish, Chana Dal with Cilantro Salsa. So the ingredients that we're going to start out with: tomato paste, a special what's it called, spice, which is a blend of coriander, cumin, garlic, ginger, sea salt, turmeric, and paprika. Garlic, two cloves of garlic. Ginger, just a little piece of ginger. Cilantro, lime. You're gonna need a saucepan to put the rice and the peas, and a pan to fry the beans, the string beans. Okay, so let's start out by, first we are going to boil the water for the rice. So let the water boil, and then we also will turn on the pan with a little bit of oil in it to start it simmering, because we're going to put the string beans in. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so first I'm just going to chop the ends off the string beans and halve them and stick them in my frying pan. A sauce, this is making the string beans, so that's what I'm doing now. So it takes a little while, but you just gotta cut off each end of each string beans and cut them in halves. You can do 3 at a time sometimes. Okay, so I just take 3 string beans like this and cut the ends off them. So I just want to show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so once I've done all that, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and ginger for flavoring to the pan. And so I take a little bit of garlic and ginger. So here's my garlic. I'm going to maybe make it into smaller pieces, chop it up a little bit finer. Chop, 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 and stick it in with the green beans. Okay, once you're done chopping all your green beans and adding a bit of ginger and a bit of garlic, it's going to start smelling really good. So I'll just show you that. So it's going to start sizzling soon. I just added a bit of oil, and if it gets a little dry, you just add a little bit of water. Okay, the next I'm going to do is start the next, my next pot right here, which we're going to put a combination of different ingredients in. So the different ingredients for this one are going to be the sauce. So it's going to be the chickpeas, the cilantro, some lime, ginger, garlic and ginger, and our special hot Taj sauce, and some tomato paste. So let me do that now. So I'll just prepare the sauce to make sure it's going to be everything. Okay, so let me prepare that now. So first of all, your chickpeas have to be mashed. So here's my bowl of chickpeas. I'm going to mash them now and stick them in. Once they're mashed up pretty well, you can add it into the sauce. And this is starting the Chana Dal pot. So we're going to put a little bit of oil in the pot, and we can turn it on to about, make sure it's on the right thing. Might turn down my other ones. Okay. Make sure I mash the chickpeas really well and stick it in with some oil. Okay, so I'm going to stick those in right now. Once I get that going, put the garlic right in there. Put the ginger in there. Put this very special sauce, the Taj sauce, and I forgot the coconut milk. So you want to put some coconut milk in there. Okay, now it's starting to sizzle. This pan is starting to sizzle. All right, we're getting it going. Let's look at it from this view here. So, as you can see, the rice is ready. The water's ready, it's boiling, so I'm going to put my rice in. And I'll put my peas into the water. It's going to start boiling. This I'm going to just sit this one back here for now until I'm finished prepping all my green beans. I'm kind of going back and forth today. So, put my green beans in. It's kind of like you have to multitask for this recipe because you're doing different. So I'm doing the rice and peas, I'm doing the beans, and I'm doing the sauce. So I gotta add the cilantro. You have to be multitasking for this one. So I need to open my can of coconut milk and add it in there. I need some coconut milk for this one to make the sauce extra special. Make sure you stir everything properly. Okay, once you have your can opened I'm just opening my can of coconut milk. You can hear it sizzling. It needs a little bit of moisture, so we don't want to be too sizzling too much. So there we go. You want it to cool down a little bit, so before I can add my coconut milk to it. So I'm making the Chana Dal, which is the special, amazing sauce for this recipe. So I'll add this coconut milk to it. Sometimes the coconut milk sticks. It has very high fat, so but it's a good kind of fat. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So it's got to start boiling. So I'm going to mix it all together, and it's going to start simmering soon. So now that I got that going, I'm going to get back to my beans. I put those on the back burner for a little while. And I'll get back to my beans. So I'll use this back here, and I'll start chopping up my beans and putting my cilantro and make sure I put some lime in this. You want to get a juicy lime. This one doesn't seem to be too juicy. Preferably, sometimes you can just use a bit of lime juice. So, and you want to add lime juice to this too. Oh, and I want to add my tomato paste to this. So that's what I'm going to do next, add my tomato paste. Okay, let's get this going. Where's the best spot? Okay, so now I'm going to get a spoon to get my tomato paste out and to add my tomato paste to the sauce. It's like a tomatoey. It's a really amazing sauce we're making here. The Chana Dal sauce. Oh my gosh, it already is smelling so good. It smells delicious. Okay, now this is sizzling again. Now we don't want it to sizzle too much. Maybe I'll prepare my beans first. Let's prepare the beans and get them all going and cooking well in my pot, in my sizzler. So get your string beans, cut off all the ends, cut cut off all the ends of your string beans. Okay, and stick them in. Prepare it properly. Alright. Once you get all your, some people just tear them off like that. You don't necessarily have to cut them. You can just rip them off and then break them in half. Sometimes it's just easier to do with your hands. So prepare them properly. Okay. And you make sure they break them in half. Break them in half. Okay. Awesome. Now I want to make sure I put my cilantro in. Make sure this for the cilantro salsa. Okay, so I gotta make my cilantro salsa. While the string beans are cooking, what you want to do in a small bowl, combine as much as the lime zest and cilantro remaining, add the lime juice, and add 2 tablespoons of oil. So then you just, this is pretty much for the topping. So I'll stick this in here, and we're gonna make a little salsa on the top by putting some lime juice in it. And the sauce is starting to smell so good. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, once I've taken all those off, you want to stick the remainder in the green bin. And you want to make sure you keep on cooking your string beans. And the rice is on the go. Oh my gosh, you don't even realize how good this smells. It smells amazing. So, once you have that going, and everything is like smelling so good right now, just keep it going. Keep working at the string beans. Make sure that they're not too dry. If they're too dry, you add a little bit of water. So the rice and the peas, they need to speed up a bit. I'm going to increase the heat. They're a little bit lacking. The heat should be high in order for them to boil. I put it at around 8. Okay. Now anything that's in my way, we'll get rid of. So, as you can see, these are boiling, simmering, getting going. You want to stir it around. My sauce is looking really good. I might turn it on a little bit lower because it's simmering a little bit too high. I want this one at a higher, like level 8. This one at a lower one because it's cooking pretty fast. You want to make sure the garlic is smelling so good. I'll add a little bit of water because it's kind of, there we go, a little bit dry. Now you can see everything sizzling. Woo-hoo, it looks good. So good. And it smells so good. It's my favorite kind of food. It's Indian food. So good. Okay. Make sure all your green beans are in there. Green beans are cut. There we go. Make sure that, oh, they're looking so good. You maybe want to add in your garlic later, a little bit later, because the green beans take a little bit longer to cook. Okay, now my green beans are good to go. Okay, so we're gonna get that out of the way. So let's see how it looks now. All right. So this is my topping, so it goes on top. So we can get rid of anything that we're not using. These can get out of the way. So we might use some more of this zest as much as we can. Squeeze the lemon juice as much as we can. If you have a special tool for squeezing the lemon juice out, that's great. Like get the lemon juice out. And we want to use all this cilantro, so try and get all the best use out of it. So I'm gonna get some. Gonna get that going. I'm gonna get some of this out. So what I'll do is make sure every little piece of this is used. The cilantro, my favorite. It's so good. I love cilantro. And then the little pieces that you don't want, the ends can go into the green bin. Some people can use the ends. So they still have flavor. The cilantro is still really good. So the green beans need a little bit more water, so I just add a little bit more water to the green beans so that they're not too dry, and then make sure they're simmering. As you go, you can add and take away the things that you need, like adding a little bit extra water or increasing the heat or lowering the heat. The sauce is looking really good, so I think I'll put that on the side burner for now. Take it off the full heat, just on the warm-up plate. Okay, so I'm getting my cilantro ready. It's perfect. It's like a perfect amount of cilantro for the topping. It just makes everything taste so much better, the cilantro. I just love this cilantro. And I'm sure it's really good for you too, the vitamins in it. Okay, so everything is almost ready. It's almost ready. Everything's almost ready. The last thing, we're just waiting for the rice and peas to be fully cooked. So make sure that you keep them on high, and then at the very last minute you turn it slightly down. So I'll show you everything, how it's looking now. Cilantro for the top, the beans, the sauce, the rice and peas. And so when you're done, what you want to do is combine it all into a bowl. So you put the green beans and the rice and peas, and then you put the sauce on top, and then you put the cilantro. So soon we will be able to do that. We will come back when it's ready and time to do that. Once your green beans are done and your rice and peas, you can turn it off and just let it cool down. You don't want it to burn. So once it, you can tell that it's done by just the smell, but also the feel of it. And sometimes you can just do a little taste sample to make sure that the rice is fully cooked. I always go by taste and smell rather than time. I don't time things because sometimes time can still burn it. So I just gauge it myself. If the rice seems too dry, you just add a little bit of extra water and let it cook for a little bit longer. Okay, now it's time to add it to your bowl. So we take some of the rice and peas, take some of the beans, and we also take some of the sauce, the beautiful, wonderful sauce. Like it has chickpeas in it, and oh my gosh, it just smells so good. All right. Now, I wonder what this tastes like. Oh my gosh, I am excited. I wonder how Morocco's gonna like it. He is going to love it. Shall we try some? Now it is time to try my masterpiece. Let's see how much I like it. It smells delicious. I'm gonna try some. That is so good. I love Indian food. Like, this is amazing. It's not too spicy. I like spice, So if you want it even more spicy, you can add some red hot Frank sauce to make it even more spicy. I'm like all about the spice. Next time I make it, I might make it a little bit spicier, like put some extra spice in it. So good. Morocco, do you want to try some of my food?
Sure.
Okay. You're gonna love it.
It's hot.
It's a little bit it's a little bit hot. Just let it cool down, but it's so delicious. Sure, I'll put it on the table for you.
I'm watching a Nerf gun fight.
You're watching a Nerf gun fight?
Nerf gun.
We'll try this. It's so good, Morocco. Okay. I love you. Morocco, do you like my mommy's cooking?
I mean, it's okay.
What? Just okay? All right. I love you. Thanks for watching Sima's Kitchen. We made Chana Dal with Cilantro Salsa. So yummy. Oh my gosh.